Now, Marty, you're in at the beginning of the Plougastel Westport Association.
I had the great pleasure and privilege. It all came about through the Brittany-Ireland Association, who were seeking to twin communities in Brittany with communities in Ireland. And that was back in 1976. And for some years prior to that, the president of the Brittany-Ireland Association, Job Malajak, used to visit what the Plougastel Westport area with his friend Jack Fournier, who was a member of the town council in Plougastel, and they decided Westport would be a nice town for Plougastel to twin with. So in the autumn of '76, 20 people from Plougastel, including council officials, came by coach up through Brittany, across through England, and across to Westport. And Aidan Clark was then chairman of Westport Town Council, who had been contacted to see would they consider twinning with Plougastel. And there was a big gathering in the Hotel Clubé with representatives of all local organisations, like ICA, Boat Club, all the different community groups. And then the following Easter of '77, a five-man delegation from Westport, Father Eamon O'Malley, Aidan Clark, John Loftus, Town Clerk, myself and Tom Carter, pilot, who had a contact with Shannon Aviation and hired a Cessna to fly from Castlebar to Shannon, and then transferred to a twin-engine Cessna out to Plougastel for a weekend. And sure, we were highly embarrassed because they were expecting a contingent of about 20, and there was only 5 of us. That the whole town decorated with banners up, welcome to our Celtic cousins from Westport. But we had a great weekend, and it was kind of formally agreed then that we'd twin with Plougastel. But after our weekend, Lord Bob Jolly was the name of the pilot. And when we arrived out at Brest Airport for the return flight to Shannon, it was discovered that the Cessna had been damaged by a jet, that the exhaust of the jet had lifted the tail of the plane, and when it came back down it damaged the wing. So we had to go back to Plougastel for another day to wait for a replacement plane to pick us up. But took off from that then, and Plougastel hosted the first leg of the twinning in August of '77, and then we had the reciprocal leg in Westport the following year in '78, in conjunction with a friendship festival in each town and each year. And
so what was the thinking behind them at the time? Because a lot of twinning went on that time. Was it to expand their wings or to...
No, the idea was to have a bond in between two Celtic communities. And the Westport-Plougastel twinning is the longest active twinning in all of the twinnings in Europe. That's according to the Brittany-Ireland Association now.
And how many of them failed? I think some have...
a lot of them.
They ran out of steam, did they?
A lot of them ran out of steam, but ours, no, there were years when it was struggling a bit, but because we had a very active student exchange program between the secondary schools. But the French education system funds their students come to Ireland, whereas the Irish one doesn't fund.
So once again,
that has become dormant now in recent years. But there were a huge number of family exchanges.
Yeah.
And like all over the years, the links have been retained. Like the man who hosted me on my first visit to Plougastel, he was 90 in January now, and unfortunately couldn't come on this trip.
Well, get to be 90 is getting a bit harder, isn't it?
You know, he hadn't been that well. But and the younger generations then, like the daughter of a former president of the Plougastel Twinning Committee is married to one of the Kilkennys of Westport.
Okay.
At the initial contact between the pilot group from Plougastel, a man named Andre Lagatu from Plougastel met Una Quinn from the Castlebar Road, who subsequently got married. You know, so
a bit of romanticism there as well.
The younger generations now are the friendships between them. You know, very strong friendships.
But you've had a great attendance at all the things around town in the last few days. Big concert last night, and
one of the things we were proudest of was when the twinning started first. Jack Fournier, who was a member of the Plougastel pipe band, had offered. He informed myself and Aidan Clark that they were bringing their pipe band over for the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Westport. It was just a commencement of the Brittany ferries linked to Cork.
Oh, yeah.
But we were too ashamed to tell them that there was literally no St. Patrick's Day Parade in Westport at the time. It hadn't been for a number of years. So we had to revive the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Westport to feature the Plougastel band and our own town band. And similarly, when we were hosted in Plougastel at the very beginning of the twinning for the initial leg of the festival, which was it was a very serious matter. There were 5 different television companies filming the ceremony in Plougastel. It was all operated under the City as Unias, the Twin Towns International body, which is under the auspices of the United Nations. That their headquarters, City as Unias, at their headquarters in Paris. And there was a charter had to be signed, and it was very formal.
Very formal, it sounds like it,
You know, but when we were in Plougastel for the initial twinning, we were embarrassed by the fact that we had young Irish dancers with us, but they're asking us, why don't the adults do the Irish dancing? And when we came back, we organised a revival of set dancing. And Tommy Duffy from Falduff in Louisburg, his house was a great set dancing house. And he used to come into our kitchen teaching Phyllis Kelly and Kay and Myra Berry and Mary Stanton them the traditional sets. And James Roach used to come in from Bohea playing the accordion for them. And it was so novel at the time now, that was 1977, that we, in a summer show in the town hall, we featured a set dance performed on stage in Westport for the first time in decades. So it revived set dancing.
So it's really grown since that, hasn't it?
And from that it took off.
I mean, there are hundreds doing it now.
Yeah,
Hundreds.
and like over the years then, Ollie, there have been huge exchanges. Like Martin Keane brought out young soccer players and they had tournaments out in Plougastel. Martin McNally brought out cyclists, batches of cyclists, and the school student exchanges. So now, what has given the twinning a great impetus in recent years is the Clougastel pipe band, because piping is big in Brittany, and 4 years ago we were on a trip out there for the 34th anniversary, and the Clougastel pipe band were a huge hit.
Did they like them?
Oh, loved them.
Well, they're fantastic anyway, aren't they?
Absolutely.
They're fantastic, yeah.
Unfortunately, the band are away this week now.